So let's go ahead and just get started in a cross-legged seat. Just a couple seconds here to just root down. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And from here, just go ahead and walk your hands forward over your legs. Your belly's going to fall down. Nice little gentle stretch through the outer hips, through the glutes. And you can let your forehead rest down on your mat. You can let your elbows bend so that your arms rest down as well. And just take a couple deep breaths there into the back of your body. Keep your weight heavy back in your sit bones. And then walk your hands back and just notice what leg is in front. We'll end up switching it up here in a second, but lean back and we'll find a couple breaths here in boat pose. So just balancing on the seat. Knees can be bent, arms out extended. If you need the hands on the floor, you can put them on the floor. Maybe extend the legs if you've got the room there. Press the big toe mounds together. Notice your breath, deep inhales. And then if you can remember, switch your legs so the other one comes down in front. And we'll fold forward again right over the legs. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Just really letting your awareness drop into your breath so that you give your mind a task, something to pay attention to so your mind doesn't wander too much as we start to move through our practice. And then you'll climb your hands back again, lean back onto your seat for another round of boat pose, balancing there on the seat. Knees can stay bent or legs can go straight. Keep the chest lifted, keep the navel pulling back, and then see if you can soften your shoulders. Deep breath in. And then this time as we cross the ankles, we'll just plant down into the hands and the feet and step right back into downward facing dog. So as you look back at your feet are going to be about hip width apart, so you could fit 2 of your fists between your big toes. And then just start to bend your knees in place there like you're walking in place, bending your knees right and left. Grip into your mat, fingertips grip into the ground. And then for a moment here, let's shift forward into plank pose and just measure off our distance here. So you want your hands below your shoulders and your heels right above your toes. The best that you can, keep your hands and feet in this space and then press back into downward facing dog. So it's a pretty long stance there. You might need a little bend in your knees. Press your heels towards the floor. Even if the legs don't go straight, just send them down in that direction. And then with your next breath in, we'll lift up high onto the tiptoes. Stay on your tiptoes and walk your feet all the way up to your hands, bending your knees as needed. And take a forward fold there at the top of your mat. Feet are going to be wider than your hips. And fold down over your legs, hold onto your elbows. Drop your head and just sway from one side to the next. Take your hands down right in front of your toes, lift up halfway, keep the knees bent if you need to, and exhale, fold forward. Now we'll keep the left hand down on the ground, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and take your right hand up to the sky. Roll your right wrist around a couple times in both directions. And then if you're able to, wrap your right arm all the way around your back and plant your hand on the side of your body or on the top of your left thigh. Lengthen your chest forward. And then unwind there, take your right hand to the floor, and then step your left foot to the back of your mat. So you're in a runner's lunge. And then just bend and straighten your front leg a couple times. Hips go high then low. And then we'll return to a twist here. So left hand below your left shoulder and take your right hand to the sky. Wrap your right arm around your back there if you can. Pull your chest up towards the clouds. And then we'll take the right hand down inside of the right foot and walk your hands to the left side of your mat, turning your toes in towards each other a little bit. Look forward. And then exhale, fold forward to a wide leg forward fold. You can start to walk your hands back between the feet. Keep your fingers pointing in the same direction as your toes. And then just tuck yourself down as close to your legs as you can. Take 3 deep breaths there, in and out through the nose. And then we'll lift back up about halfway. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat and step your left foot back up forward. Feet are still hip width apart. Right hand down on the ground. Left hand to the sky. Same thing, opposite side. Wiggle your excuse me, your left wrist around a couple times. Make a couple circles. Bend the right knee as much as you need to. And then we'll take the whole left arm around the back. Left hand to the top of your right thigh if it reaches. And then try to pull your chest forward so your spine feels longer. Yeah, good job. Reach. Good. Take the left hand down to the floor. Look down at the mat. And then your right foot's going to step back this time. Bend and straighten your front leg a couple times. And then we'll come back into a twist there. Left knee bends, right hand below your shoulder, left hand to the side. Wrap the whole left arm around your back. Pull your chest forward. Push up through the inner right thigh. Good, yeah, nice and strong back leg. And then we'll take the left hand down to the floor. Look forward again, step forward. This time bring your feet all the way together. Look up halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Now we'll stand all the way up, push into the legs, reach your hands to the sky, big stretch. Take your hands to your heart and down by your sides. And reach your hands back up as you breathe in. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the floor. Halfway lift, step your left foot all the way back, keep your right leg in a runner's lunge, and then take your hands up to the sky for crescent warrior. Feel the left inner thigh press up so the back leg is really strong. Nice deep stretch in the left upper thigh. And then take your hands to the ground. Step your right foot back to plank pose. Hold your plank. Now from your plank pose, I want you to look a little bit forward. Option here to drop your knees, or we're going to tap both knees to the floor and then pull them back up into plank pose. Tap both knees, bring it back up into plank. Tap both knees, back up to straight. Last one here, tap both knees, bring it back to plank pose. Either keep the knees lifted, look forward, bend your elbows for your chaturanga, or you can drop your knees, bend your elbows to the bottom of a push-up, lower all the way down onto your thighs and your belly, and then roll your chest back for cobra pose. Press your hands down, squeeze the shoulders and elbows back together, make your feet heavy, and then try to squeeze your biceps into your rib cage. And then we'll flip the feet, roll it back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Step your right foot forward between your hands, same leg. Drop your back knee and keep the back toes curled under, coming up to crescent B. Good, nice job. Left hand to the floor. Lift your left leg, right hand to the sky. Wrap your right arm around your back, pull your chest up to the sky, and then take your right hand to the floor, step your left foot forward, look up. Step your right foot to the back of your mat, and then drop, rise up to crescent warrior. Pull the back hip forward, the left hip back, push the back upper thigh up. Deep breath. Good, we'll take the hands to the floor. Left foot steps back, plank pose. And then same as before, make sure your fingers are spread. We'll drop the knees to tap for 5. Back up to straight. Bend the knees for 4. Bring them down for 3. Good, bring them down for 2. And last one here, you can keep the knees down or pick them back up. Look forward, bend the elbows, hover, chaturanga. And then you'll lower all the way down. Cobra or upward dog. Squeeze the shoulders back, heavy feet. And then bring it back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Left foot's gonna step forward, same side. Back knee drops, keep your toes curled under. Bring your arms up to the sky. Press the left hip back and the right hip forward. Good, take your left hand or your right hand to the floor and then left hand to the sky, turn to the left. Left arm around your back. Pull your chest forward. And then we'll take the left hand back down to the floor. Right foot steps up, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. And rise all the way to stand, palms press. Take your hands to your heart and down by your sides. Good, chair pose, we'll bend the knees, hips go back, heavy in the heels, light in the toes. Arms sweep back, hug the shoulders back together. Stand on your right leg and then squeeze your left heel up to your tush. Good, yeah, you got it. Now send your left foot to the back of your mat. Crescent warrior, nice and strong, nice and slow. Good, nice job. And if you take your feet hip width, you'll feel a little bit more balance, a little more space between the feet. Take your hands to the ground. Right leg this time is going to come back to 3-leg dog, so all the way up. Palms flat, squeeze into the ground. Take your knee all the way up to your nose, give it a big squeeze. 3-leg dog, take it back up. And then step your right foot forward, drop your back heel. For warrior 2, you'll open up to the left. Perfect, and then just make sure your right foot's straight ahead. And you've got a deep bend in the right knee. Good, really nice. Flip your right palm upside down. Left arm down your back leg, reverse warrior. Lean down the back leg. Should feel a big stretch there in the right side body. And then come forward to side angle pose, right hand to the floor or elbow to the thigh. Left hand extends. Push heavy in that back leg, so you want the left leg to feel just as heavy as the front leg. Circle your left hand all the way down to the floor next to your right foot. Lift onto the ball of your left foot. Take your right hand to the sky. Look down at the ground. Drop your left knee to the floor. And then step your right foot, your front foot, to the back of your mat. So you're in a modified side plank. You want your left hand right below your shoulder. And then stand on the right leg. If you're able to, squeeze your left knee up into your chest. Take another deep breath. Left knee hits the ground. Both hands to the floor, knees can drop or plank pose. Look forward, chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog, beautiful job. And exhale to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Left leg comes up to the sky. And we'll go knee to nose, tuck it forward. Good, 3-leg dog. Left foot steps forward for warrior or crescent warrior. Back heel is lifted. Hands come on up. Good, now lean forward, drive through the left heel. Glide the right leg up and see if you can stand up on warrior C on that left leg. Press the right heel back, pull the belly up, squeeze the arms together. Take another deep breath. Tuck the right foot next to the left foot and find chair pose. Good. Sit back in the heels, deep breath. Straighten up the legs, lift the heart, lift the hands, start to lean back. And then exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Good, we'll bend the knees. Sit back into chair pose. Arms come on up, heavy in the heels, light in the toes. Cool, so same thing, side two. Standing on the left leg, pull your right heel up into your tush. Shoot the right leg back, straighten the left leg, warrior C, squeeze the arms together, push the chest forward. And then lightly and slow, step the right foot to the back of your mat, crescent warrior, come on up. Good, nice job. Take your hands to the floor. Left leg comes up to three-leg dog, so sweep it all the way back. Take your knee to your nose. Three-leg dog. Step your left foot forward. Now we'll come on up to warrior two, so the back foot goes flat, and you'll open up to the right side of your mat. Eyes over left middle finger, deep bend in the left knee. Flip your left palm, right arm down your right leg, reverse warrior. Lean back. Come back up to side angle, so we've got the left hand to the floor or the elbow on the thigh. Right leg stays heavy, and then turn your chest up to the sky. Good, take your right hand to the floor. Lean into the ball of the right foot and then take your left hand to the sky. Drop your right knee. Step your left foot to the back of your mat for a side plank modifier. So that front foot steps back. You might have to readjust a little bit there so the hands below the shoulder. Now with that left foot flat into the ground, you might be able to press into the leg and squeeze your right knee up into your chest. And you might not. Good, knees hit the ground, hands down, keep the knees down or lifted. Look forward, chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, and exhale to your downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Right leg comes up to the sky. Take your knee to your nose. Three-leg dog. Step your right foot forward. Crescent warrior, feet are hip width. Hands come on up, back heels lifted. Lean forward. Now we'll glide forward with that left leg right up into warrior C. Press your chest forward, squeeze the arms back. Bend both knees, left foot hits right foot, chair pose. And then exhale, fold forward. Walk your feet a little bit wider apart, drop forward over the legs. Just kind of walk in place there, bend the knees right and left. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. And we'll stand all the way up, reach your hands to the sky. Palms press. And down by your sides. Good, now walk your feet together. Last little bit here, we'll find chair pose again, bend the knees. Stand on the right leg, hug your left knee in front of you this time. Lift your leg up high, try to squeeze it over top of the right leg, and then find eagle pose. So the left foot's gonna squeeze next to the right leg. And then sweep the arms around, put your left arm on the bottom, hug your shoulders, or wrap up all the way into eagle. You'll wrap the wrists and forearms and press the palms. Lift your triceps off your chest. Take another slow breath in. If you're able to keep the arms bound up however you have them, unravel the left leg and then shoot it back into warrior C. Focus your eyes on something that's not moving. Press the left leg back. Take a deep breath. Keep the arms Bend the right knee, step your left foot flat, warrior one, facing forward. And then we'll open up the arms and pivot into warrior two. Feet are going to shuffle around a little bit. Back leg is straight. So turn your right foot forward toward me and then straighten your back leg. So you're going to press into the right leg. Yep, perfect. Flip your right palm, reverse warrior. And familiar pose here, side angle. So we were here earlier, hand to floor or elbow on the thigh. Rise back up, 2 straight legs this time, lean down the back leg, reverse triangle. Come forward, bend the right knee, get your right hand down to the ground by hopping the left foot forward, and then straighten the right leg as much as you can as you lift the left leg off the floor for half moon. Turn your chest to the left if you can, eyes stay down for balance. Feel that right leg excited as it works. Big step back, bend the right knee, left foot comes to the back of your mat, 2 straight legs, reverse triangle. We're almost there. Good, beautiful job. Take your hands to the floor, right foot steps back, plank pose. Chaturanga or skip it. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll bend the knees for chair pose. Arms come on up. Good, nice job. Now we'll stand on the left leg this time. Right knee comes up in front of you. Get your leg up high as it wraps around the left thigh. Right foot squeezes next to left leg. And then the right arm comes below the left. Wrap up your arms for eagle pose. Feel like your thigh bones are squeezing together. Feel the back of the shoulders create space. Keep the arms, unravel that right leg as best you can. Put the foot down if you need to transition. We're gonna find warrior C. Right toes face the ground, fingertips reach forward, slow and steady breath. Keep the arms, bend the left knee, drop your right foot all the way back. Warrior one legs, try to get the back heel flat. And then we'll pivot open to warrior two. So shuffle the feet around, eyes over left middle finger. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior. And we're back down in side angle. Hand down, right hand to the sky. Take a deep breath. Walk your back foot forward a little bit if you need to. Straighten both legs and come up to reverse triangle. So it's like reverse warrior, but that front leg is straight. Pull forward, bend the left knee. Left hand finds the floor as you hop off the right leg for half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Kick through the right heel, spread the toes. Use the strength of the core to press that right leg parallel with the floor. Bend the left knee, step your right foot all the way back, 2 straight legs, reverse triangle. And then we'll take both hands to the floor. Left foot steps back to plank. Last round here, chaturanga. Inhale to your upward. And then we'll find child's pose. Knees on the ground, send your hips back to your heels, forehead on the mat. And come on up to tabletop. Let's take the left arm up to the sky, big twist open, And then thread your left arm between the right arm and right leg. Drop your left shoulder for thread the needle. Head comes down. Right hand stays down next to your face, or you can extend it overhead. Draw the right shoulder down and breathe. You take your right hand back next to your face. Unwind, take your left hand to the sky and left hand to the floor. Switching sides, right arm comes out, reach it up to the sky. And then take your right arm underneath the left arm for thread the needle. Left arm can extend overhead or it can stay down next to your face. The left hand back down next to your face, unwind, right hand up to the sky, and then right hand to the floor. Come on up to standing on your knees. And we'll just find one camel pose here. So curl your toes under so your heels are lifted. Take your hands to your pelvis, and I want you to feel your hands press your sit bones down towards the back of your knees and feel your low belly engage. And then from there, press your hands into your hips, start to pick your chest up, rounding through the upper back, hands pressing into your pelvis. Maybe right hand finds your heel, maybe left hand finds your heel. Keep picking up the chest, keep breathing, press into the toes, inhale, exhale. Hands come back up to your hips, come up as symmetrical as you can. Take your hands to the floor, round your back in cat pose. Drop your belly for cow pose. And then sit back to your feet. Swing your legs around forward. With your legs out in front of you, straight. Pull your toes back towards you. Reach your arms to the sky. And then exhale, fold yourself forward. Dropping your nose down to your shins. Feed your breath to the back of your body. Lift your chest up. Take your feet to the floor. Knees bent. Take your hands back behind you so your fingers point towards you. Bend your elbows and squeeze your shoulders together, and then straighten your arms and puff up your chest. Good. Now lift your hips a little bit, and if the shoulders feel okay there, then keep lifting your hips up. Look across your thighs. Push down into your hands and your heels. Take a deep breath. And then lower your hips back down to the floor. Now from there, drop your elbows to the floor. Lower all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Take your feet down to the floor. Knees point up still. Walk your feet back as close to your fingers as you can. So put your hands down on the mat, feet walk back. Press your shoulders into the floor. Squeeze your shoulders together. Press your hips up for bridge pose. So the thighs are stretching, hands pressing into the floor, shoulders pressing down. Chest presses back towards the back edge of your mat. Chin out of your chest. Take another deep breath. Good. Lower your hips to the floor. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Drop your knees to the left. Breathe across the right side of your waist, right side of your ribs. Roll onto your back, switching sides, drop your knees to the right. Feel the back of the rib cage roll towards the ground as your knees press to the ground on the right side of the body. Come on back to your back. Walk your feet forward so the legs come out straight. Take your arms down by your sides. Take a deep breath in. Let your breath go. And we'll just rest here for a moment as we let the effects of the practice sink in. Just feeling this pause, this moment to heal, this moment to observe. No judgment, just observing and resting. Stay as long as you wish, and just move slow when you're ready to come back. When you begin to move, you can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, rock your legs in and out, draw your knees to your chest. And then just tip yourself over to one side as you come up to seated. Deep breath in.